Hey everybody, I am Tommy Scoville. I'm the captain of the lifeboat, and you're on it. People, we are all in this boat together. I am a happy camper. It's been a rough week, right? And since my life is right here, everybody knows it's been a rough week. But I want to go over a couple of things real quick. I'm doing great. I really am. And I'm doing great because of all of you. There's no two ways about that. That's just a fact. I'm not blowing sunshine your way. That's a fact. Uh, I mourn the loss of a life that just didn't need to go, but I believe good is coming of it, and I'm watching that happen. And I think that that's the greatest way we could honor her memory. I had talked about doing something, maybe raising money to do. I'm going to take care of that. Before anybody goes off about that, I'm going to cover that in a second, but I'll go over that. First, let's talk about some things. I've been putting together some shows that are coming up in the future, and there are times, people, that there's something I really very seriously want to talk about, but I didn't get enough knowledge on it while I was in, and that creates a problem with time. This is the reason that the comments have not been answered. Not that I'm depressed about Five or any of those things. Really, what it boils down to is I have been spending hours researching some things at night when normally I would be answering comments. I'm going to answer these comments. I've answered 9,000 of them so far. I can continue doing this. The day's coming where I won't be able to answer all of them, but today ain't that day. So bear with me. The research that I've been doing is important. People, I have been so fascinated with and I'm not dwelling on the negative, I'm dwelling on the positive, but I was fascinated when the debate came up about whether or not we reach out to addicted people. Do we risk our own addiction and our own sobriety and serenity to help people in the life? And it was a one-sided debate, and I didn't think that necessarily serves us. So I wanted to do some research, and here's what I found out. I found out that we're hardwired to give, right? As human beings, we are hardwired to give. We all know the old adage, right? It is better to give than to receive. As it turns out, that's a fact. If you give me a gift, I am going to get feel-good chemicals from that gift. But the person who gave it to me is going to get so much more. Not just of the feel-good chemicals, although they're going to get a ton more of that. What they're going to get also is a decrease in cortisol, right? We all know what cortisol is. Cortisol is the stress hormone. Well, the decreased levels that are caused by giving is insane. People do. I could get into the whole, list by chemical, exactly what's going on, and I took some notes on it. But to make a long story short, everything good that can possibly happen to you happens to you when you give. Not only are you going to get the reward chemical, far more than you get from other things, but on top of it, you're going to get the reduction in stress hormones. You're also going to sleep better. All the number of things that take place when someone gives explains why, as we get sober and we lose this ritual that we had, right? You break up your dope, you get the beer, you drive to the store, all of these things that your brain are going, boom, okay, he's doing it. Oh, a little more chemical here. He's opening the beer, it touched his lips, right? All of those things, they're all gone, and it leaves a hole in our life. So we fill it. This is why you see so many people in the pepper community who used to be addicts, because it's a very similar thing, right? There's a ritual. I go and I buy the peppers. I'm waiting for it to come on the mail. All of these similar things. A much healthier version, obviously. I'm not bagging on it. I'm a Scoville, for the love of God. But giving ticks 15 things on a box that nothing else seems to do. So, with that being said, it makes perfect sense that when we get sober, we want this more than anything. It's hardwired into us. So, I kind of feel like a giant jerk that, that it was literally 7 people who said, I'll buy you a camera. And I think that, when I said, no, I'm not taking money from anyone ever for anything on this channel, I'm not trying to insult anybody. So let me tell you where I'm coming from, because the last thing I want is to cut down on anyone's opportunity to feel good from giving. That's not what I'm about. The reason that I took the line that I did is because I'm a convicted bank robber and con man. Do you understand? So it's the appearance more than anything else. I don't want the appearance of me up here going, oh, thank you, as it's going ding, 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 and money's coming into me. That's just an uncomfortable thing, and I don't want to feed that machine. I don't want all of the people to go, here we go. Here's the part where he asks for money. The beautiful thing about this is we're not asking anybody for money. I don't want to take away the gift of people giving. You want to give, there's tons of ways you can do it without taking out your checkbook. Right? Bring more people to the channel. There are things you can do that are giving. Support the people here. Now, when I start doing live feeds, if it really is on your heart that you want to do that, you can do that. I had talked about doing a GoFundMe page or something along those lines for number 5 to put something together as a memorial. I'm going to pay for that, and it's not that I'm not trying to steal from anybody, but if you feel it on your heart to give, we're going to have we'll come up with something where people can give, but it's going to be directly responsible for something that we're going to use on this boat to move this boat forward. That's what I want. Any giving that happens from you people is going to be for that. Does that make sense? Because I think that's important. With all due respect, you all felt for 5. It was obvious, and in the comment section, it was really obvious. But and if 5 had been a crewmate on this boat, it would be very appropriate. But 5 is from my past. I'm going to do this, and I'll take the joy for that, and it's going to be mine, and it's going to be something that I'm thinking of, something that can always be seen around here. I had talked to her mom a little bit. I said, I was thinking of setting up a scholarship. She said, boy, if you knew how much my daughter hated school. And then that checks out. But I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to do something. People going forward, there's going to be opportunities for the people that really want to feel that. There's going to be opportunities, but it's never going to be so that I can put money in my pocket, because that's just not why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I think there's going to be opportunities for people to give. I'm going to use it for advertising. Yeah, advertising. People, when you see the symbol of the boat, there'll be a lot of boat imagery, obviously, going forward. I like the image of a fishing boat. Right? I mean, the yacht makes sense. All of that does. Sometimes even a war boat makes sense. But we're fishing, people. It's what we're doing. It's what I'm doing for the rest of my life. I'm fishing for wounded souls. That's what I'm doing. And we bring them on board and we doctor them up. And then we hand them a fishing line and let them do the same thing. And that image is just, it puts a lump in my throat. And anytime I get a lump in my throat these days, I kind of feel like I'm doing the right thing. So, a couple other things I want to do, because this isn't really a show about anything, and there's a reason for that. Because there's some things I want to talk about that I think are essential. Number 1, I'm wearing a silly hat. The reason I am is, when Joe turns on this video today, he's going to see this hat. Today, Joe is celebrating. Today is September the 9th. It's Joe's first day of sobriety. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, he used again. No, he didn't. Joe called me and he said, I'm going to count tomorrow as my first day of sobriety. Technically, by now, he's into the first day of sobriety, right? But the Joe that I've known up to this point would have demanded that we acknowledge that as his first day. He's not anymore. Tomorrow will be his first day, because he's going to wake up sober. He's going to go to bed sober. And, hey, I was hard as hell on Joe. You people haven't been here for it. I started working with Joe before there was a show. And I have not been easy on Joe. Tough love is an expression that, meant it used to kick people out of the house into the street. And if you're going to use dope, you're not going to use it under my roof. And what happened is a lot of those people overdose in alleys. Saddest stories in the world. I did a different kind of tough love with Joe. And I treated Joe tough. And I wasn't nice. And when he said, I'm trying, I said, no, you're not. And I called him on it, because I was working almost as a sponsor with him. And I didn't really get a chance to really tell Joe I was proud of him, because I wasn't. I'm not going to BS anybody ever, people. But I'm proud as hell of him today, man. His attitude is so different. It is so different. And he's going to make it. And if you had asked me, and I was going to be honest 2 weeks ago, and people did, people within the inner circle, and I said, he's not ready. He's not. And he wasn't. I'm not being a jerk. Joe's ready, people. And you had a lot to do with that. Continue to support our boy because he's going to be a freaking soldier. I'm sorry. Joe is going to be an agent for change. I promise you, he's that guy. So that's why the silly hat is here. Now, I would like to acknowledge 3 people that have had a hand in the transformation of this boat in a huge way. Obviously, you know, there are people that jump to mind. Mark Wages and the people he has invited over here have been amazing. Johnny did a lot. But I'm talking about 3 individuals who just came in here day in, day out when there was nobody around them that looked like them. Up until very recently, people, the statistics on the audience of this boat was about 99.5% male and the rest female. And we had about 1,000 subscribers, and that's what the numbers were. And in a very brief period of time, those numbers have changed. And so did the heart and soul of the boat. Women in sobriety are different than men in sobriety, and they bring something that is magic. And I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but I do want to say that in the very beginning, there were only about 3 women on this boat, and they were the sisters of joy and love, right? Chi-Chi has been here just right from Jump Street. Debbie Bartram has been here right from Jump Street, and the truth is, it was the 2 of them. And then when Fee got here, she assimilated so quickly that those 3 just reached out to everybody. And then the people from Wages World started to come over. And people, we are at just under 10% female on this boat. And it's growing faster than the male population is. I am watching it grow every day, and I can't tell you how tickled pink I am with that. But Chi-Chi and Fee and Debbie, the sisters of love, have done so much for the heart and soul of this boat. And now the new breed. Anna, you're amazing. Beth, you're unbelievable. I don't want to leave people out. Raven left a comment that said, you know, you don't have to answer my comments. I said, I don't. Your comments are awesome. I'm going to blow up your comments. Whose comments am I going to answer if I don't answer yours? Just great people, tons of them. And it means the world. New girl who has great comments who just showed up. Brittany has eyes. Brittany, I'm so happy you're here. I'm blessed that you're here. But the ladies are changing the soul of this boat. And like the Grinch, my heart has grown like 40 times in size. It's almost to normal now. I am so happy that you all are here. I really am. I love what you're doing for this boat. Really, you're taking it over. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Really is. People, I'm the guy that when they walk away, people go, oh, the captain. It's a boat, right? I mean, it's not about the captain. It's about the crew. It's about the passengers. It's about the mates. Everybody on here. I love you people. I really do. I love you people. Thank you so much for the help in the last week. People, I'm Tommy Scoville. I'm the captain of this here boat. A little symbol's going to show up down here. Click on it. Become a member of this boat. Over here are some videos. They're excellent, people. I'm not going to lie to you. I got game. Okay. They may not be excellent, but they're down there. And they will help you focus on some things and make you think. The Silly Hat Joe, this is for you. I'm proud of you. Joe, you have no idea how good it's going to feel for you because you're doing this in front of the entire world. And you're getting sober in front of people. Do you know what that's like? Huh? Ask Andrew Eats how good it feels to have people that saw you do this. Joe, you're going to be a soldier like Andrew is. There's so many great people on this boat. God, I love you people. I really do. Thank you so much. Hey, we're back to the nuts and bolts and regular stuff tomorrow. Well, I did some of that this morning too. This morning's video I think was great for nuts and bolts. I am the captain. I will see you tomorrow morning. People, don't go changing. Love you guys.